Hi, I'm Bart Hanson. I'm the owner and lead instructor for CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the instructions in the video description.
I'm kind of new to poker.
Okay.
Just so you have that in your mind.
Yeah.
I've only been playing about 3 months,
Okay.
and I was playing the tournament in Biloxi, Mississippi, at the Beau Rivage, a 5,000 guarantee weekend tournament that they
Okay.
do.
Okay.
And I was one of the chip leaders. You know, I had about 50,000 behind,
Okay.
and they did a table reseating, and this lady, the villain, sat down just to my right,
Okay.
and I looked down at pocket eights. Pocket eights, and under the gun raises up to 1,600. Blinds were 4 and 8 with a 75 ante, I believe it was.
Okay, so just your name's Tyler, right? Or Taylor or Tyler?
Yeah.
Taylor?
That's right.
Taylor? Is that right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm just
Tyler.
saying. Oh, it's Tyler. Okay. So just real quick, I wanted to take this because obviously we're going to go into the World Series. We don't do a lot of tournament work, but if you're a new player, so what you want to always be thinking about is like how many big blinds do I have? So if you've got 50,000 in chips and the blinds are 400 to 800, you've got about 60 big blinds. That's pretty deep for a tournament. If you go and play one of these big 150s, people in the live chat are talking about it, or even a Millionaire Maker, like a 1,500 event at the World Series, your average chip stack, like once you get towards the money, is only like maybe 30 blinds. So I don't know how far along you were in the tournament, but you're pretty deep here. Deep stack in a tournament. Excuse me, you're about 75. Did I do the math right? You're about 60 blinds deep. So okay, under the gun makes it 1,600, which is a min raise, right?
Right.
He doubled the blind, or she doubled the blind.
It folds.
Yep.
Yes. And it folds around to the lady on my right, the villain, and she raises up to I guess would be putting in a 3-bet to 4,000.
Okay.
And I decided I think about it for a minute. I decided just to call.
Now, what position are you in?
And I believe it's called the hijack. I'm right behind the button.
Yeah. Cut off. Okay. So under the gun is 1,600. Yeah. The villain to your right in the hijack raises to 4,000, and you're in the cutoff with pocket eights. To be perfectly honest with you, I would probably just fold. This is the same type of thing as in a cash game here too. And by the way, too, you know, the other thing too, like we put people into groups. I would say that a lot of women usually play on the tighter side and a little bit less aggressive. It's not always the case, and I'm not trying to offend anyone. So if I'm going to deviate a little bit, I might play a little bit more tighter towards a lady to my right 3-betting. You don't really set mine like you do in cash games in a tournament. You can early on. The problem here is that you're opening yourself up to a 4-bet or opening yourself up to getting squeezed behind you. So you don't want to do a whole lot of calling, Tyler, when somebody re-raises in front of you. If somebody raises in front of you, sure, you can call. But you don't want to do a whole lot of calling if someone re-raises in front of you. So I would have probably just pitched the hand. But you called, right?
Yeah, is that right? I ended up calling, and the button and the both blinds sold, and the
UTG folds?
Razor that put in the mid-raise.
He folds
as well.
Okay, so your head's up.
And and we go heads up to a flop, which comes ace, 5 ace with, it was rainbow.
Okay.
And it's on her, so she elects to bet. I want to say it was about 8,000 this time, and I end up calling.
So okay, let's stop right here, Taylor. Tyler, right? Sorry, I keep saying Taylor. I see my buddy Tyler, my buddy Taylor in the live chat from Arizona. So let's stop right here because I want to walk you through this because I know you're new. I know you're new, and so by my calculations, the pot is right around 10,000. It's probably a little bit more than that, but we'll call it 10,000, right? And you've got about 46,000 left. So if she's betting 8,000 here, okay, what are the hands that you think that, of course, this is called range? what hands do you think that she 3-bets with pre-flop? Forget about the flop. What are the hands that you think that she re-raises this guy? Like, what hands do you think that she can have here when she re-raises pre-flop? Tyler?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So what hands can she have?
I'm not really sure because like I said, I'm kind of new.
Okay.
But I'm thinking, maybe pocket pair. Maybe she hit the 5. Well, you're talking pre-flop, so
I'm talking pre-flop. That's how you get to be. That's how it's all logic. Poker's like a logic game. I don't know if you were taking logic or something in college. It's street to street. So when you look at this, I would say
right.
the way I would look at this hand is that I would think of the hands that she would re-raise pre-flop with. Now, the hands that a lot of people are going to re-raise pre-flop with are ace king, maybe some ace queen, and like you said, pocket pairs, maybe like nines plus, right? Nines, tens, jacks,
Yeah.
queens, kings. She's not going to really have a 5 here, and you don't beat any of those hands. Like, even if she doesn't have an ace, it's kind of a big bet for her to just come out and bet ace king on a rainbow board because she might want to slow play it. But I've seen people at this level bet queens or kings. You just got to fold now because you don't beat any of those hands. That's the point. You got to go back to pre-flop and think about it. So I would just
Right.
fold now. But it sounds like you called.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about possibly like suited connectors too, like 5-6 or something
There,
4-5, something like that.
it's
Would that be
definitely
possible as well?
it's definitely possible, but a player to have those types of hands re-raising the first position player, right? The end of the gun guy is the guy who acts first. So that when you're learning poker, the person who raises from first position usually is going to be strong, not like the button. So if this lady is re-raising the guy who's first to act, who's really
Right.
strong, it's not usually going to be those types of hands. It's usually going to be weighted towards more strength. So that's why like those hands, like she might show up with that once in a while, but it's definitely not enough for you to be able to make the call. So, but anyways, you make the
Right.
call, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the turn comes out a another ace.
Yep. Oh wow.
So
Okay.
at this point, I'm thinking, she's way less likely to have an ace, for sure.
That's true.
And
That's definitely true.
he comes in for about a bet of about 8,000. So if she does have the 5, like I'm thinking in my mind, I end up go ahead since I filled up on the turn anyway. Ace is full of 8s.
Yeah.
I end up jamming all in, and she called me. And
Hold
she
on.
ended up
Don't
having,
reveal. Don't tell. Don't tell.
ace
Don't
5.
don't tell it. Don't tell us what she had. I want to walk you through this. Don't tell us what she had. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a number of things going on here because I don't know what she has, but I just want to guess and walk it through here. So, I mean, this sort of brings it back to like really basic no limit theory in a tournament, also in a cash game too. I mean, in a cash game too. A tournament's a little bit different because sometimes you do have to protect your hand, but you never want to make a bet or a raise, Tyler, where if you get called, you're beat because you've overplayed your hand. If you think you have the best hand. That's really, really basic. Like if you're bluffing, sure, you're bluffing, right? But if you think you have the best hand, a lot of times you don't want to make a better raise where if you're called, you're beat. Now, there are times where you have to protect your hand. I understand that, especially in a tournament. But this isn't really one of those times. Like you don't want to commit your entire stack, and if she has something better than you and she calls, you're out of the tournament if she covers you. I agree with you. She probably doesn't have
Right.
an ace here. She might, actually, if she bets tiny, more likely it's going to be kings or queens or jacks or tens, and she's not folding because she's never going to believe that you've put her all in with an ace. So if you think that she still possibly might be bluffing, you might call, but I would not risk my entire stack here by jamming because you can call and see what she does on the river. So, because remember, I think
Right.
you're saying that you think that she has a 5, and we kind of discounted that. But you jammed, and then what did she have? She called?
Yeah, she snap called me, and she ended up having an ace 5 offsuit with which she flopped the full house. So
Oh, wow, and she bet it.
and then turn quad.
Wow. Wow, and she bet it. That's
So
crazy.
and the I don't even remember really what the
Sure, well, you were drawing
river
dead.
was, which it didn't really matter.
Yeah, you were drawing dead. I mean, I think
Yeah,
what you can
exactly.
if you're new to the game, first of all, that's a really, really light 3-bet. for sure. Like, she is not supposed to be 3-betting under the gun with ace-5. Okay, that's way, way out there. Right. But you'll see that for sure. But when somebody bets at you on an ace-5 flop twice on the flop and on the turn, I mean, I would have just folded the flop. The most important thing to take away from here is that you don't want to call a re-raise cold, meaning you don't want to have somebody raise in front of you, have another guy re-raise. You don't want to call because the betting is still open. And then on the flop, you have to think about what you think her action pre-flop, what she has, what are the range of hands that she has. And I would say it's a lot of ace king, ace queen, tens plus. None of that stuff you beat. So I would have folded pre-flop. I would have folded on the flop, and you don't want to expose yourself on the turn. I appreciate you. I know you hit me up on Facebook, and my social media manager told me about it, and I told her to email me, and you did. So thank you. Appreciate it. I hope this helped you out, and good luck, okay? Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA200. Click on the link right there.